All right, and here we are at session 22 of the Sphere Power Campaign. The living tomb. So, party has been adventuring in the desert for a few weeks now. I'll go ahead and update the timestamp. And after finally escaping the depths of a rather frustrating maze for about 2 sessions ago, you found your way into the upper layers of the pyramid, and a encounter and heated fight with a pair of ethereal undead, which you now know as wraiths, forced your acquaintance with your new party member, the chaotic dragonborn Fekish. So now the rest of you have, or all of you, are now exploring the upper levels and the different passageways through the pyramid, and in the process have come across a room that has a very large structure in the center of it. And to refresh our memory, I'll go ahead and share that again. A huge room, greater than the extent of the light, extends into the darkness. In its center, a giant block of black stone sits, its vertical walls covered with upright sarcophagi. The faces that were... Oh, I've got a word missing there. The faces that were carved into the coffin lids have been gouged out by deep claw marks. 4 wooden doors lead into this room. Oh, that's right. That's something I also had to correct. There's only 3 doors into this room. All right. So other than that, everything else in there. Oh, yeah, no, I did. Okay, so I read it right from there. Faces that were carved into the coffin lids. And 2 on the west wall. Each door is 10 feet from the nearest corner. All right, so you can see I've had to make edits here and there, but the description that's in there, sans the missing word, is correct. And the structure in the center is basically, you've decided, is some kind of obsidian or black glass-like thing that you can, for the most part, it's opaque. But you can kind of shine some light through it, like with torch, and see some movement behind it.
The movement part is disconcerting. Are the sarcophagus the same type of stone as the square structure or rectangular structure?
As the which?
As the black box.
Let's see. Yes.
Should we go in the room?
Sarcophagi actually seem to be part of the structure, so it's
all one carved from one piece.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Should I open the door and check out the room, or a door?
Well, you guys are in the room.
Oh, we're in there. Okay, I thought there was an additional room in the center. So that the big black thing is the obsidian.
Yep.
Yes,
okay.
It's the giant obsidian box.
Got it. Okay.
You guys the Goliath brothers have climbed up on top and have discovered that if they shine a light into it, it's not entirely opaque. You can sort of see things in it.
And just to be clear, you're not seeing motion inside the box, but as you're moving the torch around by the corners, you can see through the other corner of the torch kind of moving around.
Right. It's not as opaque as it originally seemed. My notes say that the Goliath brothers were interested in smashing it open. Elohir is not interested. Thinks that smashing it open is a bad idea, but she's not quite sure how else to see what's inside.
I see no way this could go wrong.
Should I open a sarcophagus and see what's inside? Anything?
My notes also indicate that Redress had cast a detect magic, and there was necromantic energy from within that box. But because it's thick and very well may be nearly solid stone, it was enough that he could just get a faint sense. So no idea how strong it is or what it is.
Basically, because you don't know how thick it is.
Right.
Be weak magic going through a thin wall, or it could be strong magic going through a thick wall.
But it has what appear to be sarcophagi around the edges and necromantic energy emanating from within it. This makes me think that if we start smashing things, we might get some undead. This is not necessarily a bad thing. This is just, something that we need to keep in mind when we're deciding whether or not to smash.
As long as you don't run into like 14 liches,
Yeah, right. We'll be all right. Is
It's
my
not
sword doing
necessarily
anything?
a bad thing. So we could we could smash it. I just don't know.
Hulk smash.
Didn't Fekish say that this sword at one point was like glowing and humming? Is that happening again?
Not at the moment, no.
Okay.
But yes, Fekish did indicate that the swords were glowing when they were in the presence of the two things that you slaughtered before you ran into them.
Hey, Jim, continue sharing, please.
Alrighty.
Thanks, sir.
We are definitely the party of workarounds.
Right.
I'm just happy that it works as well as it does.
For sure. Me too. It's pretty awesome.
I was totally just thinking of that scene, Miz. From Indiana Jones.
Most certainly.
Oh, and I just got the kitty gif.
I don't have
okay.
to smash it, but if anybody else wants me to, I can crack it open. Take a look.
I think we should leave it.
Okay.
But Kaylee's actually peeking her head around the corner of the hallway outside.
Maybe we should explore the rest of it, and then when we've explored the rest of this whole upstairs area, we can come back if there's something that, because we're looking for two specific things and we haven't found either one of them yet. So
Yeah, right.
I would suggest
Correct.
investigating the other two doors in the
So there's
sarcophagus
two
room.
doors. There's two doors in the room. There's a door across the hall from where Kaylee's standing, and then the hallway where she's looking into does make a turn, and we haven't explored that yet either. Kaylee also has her parchment and her drawing board and her map making sketches out, and because the dervish hunters that we encountered on this level said that they didn't go very far, but they got kind of lost up here. So she's making a map.
Good deal.
She doesn't like being lost.
And I apologize, gang. I just realized that the map that you're looking at is not the updated map. It's missing a lot of features and a few minor corrections. I don't want to reload the game to fix the map, so we'll just need to.
but at least we can see it.
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
There's a step in the right direction.
And
hopefully I'll have the next level.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Alex.
No, being able to see the map is very important.
Yes, absolutely. I was just about to say, hopefully I'll have the next level done before we go up there, so I don't have to keep updating the map in the middle of the campaign.
I just put an arrow where the door that we used to enter that room is supposed to be. It does not look like a door on this edition of the map.
Yes, I agree. Like I said,
Am I
and that's
standing
one of-
at a
that's one
door?
of the features that's missing.
Yeah, Varric is standing near one of the doors. I can tell.
that's what I thought.
I can
And then-
tell that it looks like an opening in the wall, but where my arrow is does not look like an opening
Yeah,
in the
no.
wall.
And then just to point out, there's also a door just north of you and Feckish.
Correct. Yep. Oh, okay. Of Kaelali.
As
Yeah.
well as the door right next to Mizram's butt.
Yeah. Apparently, not all of these doors look like doors in this image.
Like I
That's
said,
cool. Got it.
problems are using a new mapping software. So I will hope to improve it as we continue through the rest of the module. We won't have to deal with it. But I don't correct it now.
Question for you, Keith.
Mm-hmm.
If I can get my pointer to work, that looks like a room with no doors.
I'm sorry, say that again?
This looks like a room with no doors, and you have not described any doors that would lead into this room.
Where are we talking about? Oh,
Arrow
that.
on the map.
I moved my arrow.
Yeah, you're right.
Just to the north of it is a room that appears to have no doors, but we know where the doors are.
Correct.
One's by Mizram's butt and the other's directly across from it. But the room where my arrow is that really a room?
I don't know. It might be.
Okay, that's much better.
Well,
It
shit.
is now a black box. This is much better.
Like I said, I had to redesign the map and I forgot to rehide that area.
That's all right.
So which way are we gonna go, guys?
By the way,
Yeah,
Albie,
because
Albie, that was Kayla saying hi to you.
so do we want to fall back into the hallway? Should I check out this door, see if it's locked or anything? Take a peek in and then
Go
fall
for it.
back?
I'm following you, but I'm kind of quiet at whatever's going on because that's easier right now.
Contemplative. You're just thinking.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll
there's
check
a
out the door.
There's a door here too that we could check out, or we
Right.
could follow the hallway.
I say we take a peek in these ones and then check out that room by the, near the two dervishes.
Yeah, and
Go
there's
for it.
just
Yeah.
kind of hanging back, but I probably should
Right.
at this point.
But I'll
Yeah, I think
yeah, I'll
let's
check
take
the
a quick
knob and-
peek through this door where
Yeah.
Varric is, and then we can go back and explore the hallway fully.
Yep. Yeah, so I'll crack the
Assuming
door.
nothing jumps out and tries to kill you when you open the door.
Well,
What
Here
could go
in-
wrong?
yeah, thinking of that, I'll have my new undead sword out waiting for any kind of cool shit like Feckish says. I'm starting to not believe him.
Is that the cursed sword or the non-cursed
Nope.
sword?
The non-cursed sword.
Okay. Let's make sure we keep those straight, please.
Hmm. Hmm.
I haven't had a chance
So, yeah.
to remove curse yet.
I'll check the door.
No,
See if it's
Redrith has
locked.
the cursed sword, right?
Correct. Yes. You do.
And nobody
Mine's-
can get my precious.
Yeah, I'll check the knob, or if there's a knob or whatever, and I'll push the door open a bit.
Which door are we talking about?
The one right near me, right to my Vark's left. Varric.
Okay. So, Varric, you have Barathel, which is true death.
Yes, Barthel. I knew it was a B, but I didn't remember how you said it, so I didn't want to say
That's okay.
it.
And
Yep.
then coming back to Redrith.
I think all we knew about that one is that he can't put it down and it was shiny. I don't know if did the detect magic give you the
Yeah, you were smart enough not to actually wield it yet, but you will not put it down. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but where the heck is it?
oh yeah, it's the berserker sword or whatever.
Enduval.
Yes. think Haig needs that sword. At some point, just saying, Roger. Just saying.
Well,
He's
it
got a couple puny
you know
hand
that it
axes.
originally belonged to a paladin, so it does
Oh.
seem appropriate that it goes with another one.
Well, maybe, yeah, maybe he'll get the true death then.
All right, so you're gonna check the door in the southwest corner, correct?
Yep.
Okay, and damn interface. And you find a 10 by 10 foot corridor ending in another door.
I'll just say there's another door. Yeah, I'll take a step back because, you know, if there's nothing really in there except another door, we know we've got some more areas to check out back here. And there's still no, like, nothing's happening with the crystal or any of the sarcophagi in this room. They're just kind of creepy in there.
Yeah, that's pretty much a good way to summarize it.
Okay.
It's definitely creeping you out. The black stone of the sarcophagi definitely seems very different than the other ones that you've seen. They're better preserved, like they've been cared for. And again, I will point out something that you noticed last week is that there doesn't seem to be an unusual amount of dust on this level, as if someone
That's right.
intended to, or it's still in use.
Housekeeping.
All right.
Or I
I'll look
guess
at,
no, there's a magical cleaning spell that's been in effect for the past 1,000 years. I guess.
yeah, unseen servant. I'll just look at Redrith and
Rooms from
see what he
Fantasia.
wants to do.
There are no endless supplies of mops and buckets running around, though.
Wizard, what do you want to do?
Sorry, I got to move my map. I couldn't see. So it's literally just
Another hallway with a door at the end.
with a door. Let's go back to the open hallway and explore that.
Yeah. Yep.
Go
Did you
over
want
by
to
where?
check the other door? Did you want to check the northwestern door in that room first or not?
Take a peek inside this one, see if it's the same corridor
Okay.
and door. I will.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Door number 2, Bob.
And
Well, heal
on
up, right?
opening
Yeah,
the
okay.
door, you discover another identical structure, a 10 foot by 10 foot corridor ending in another door.
Vark kind of feels proud of for himself. He's like, I'm starting to get this. See, I told you it was the same.
Very good. All right. So head back over and let's check out the open hallway first.
Open hallway or the door right here?
I will point out that the handles are in the opposite directions between these two doors. So the doors closest to the black structure have their handles on the right-hand side, but once you open them, the doors 10 feet in have their handles on the left-hand side.
Oh, interesting.
Which way do the doors open?
They're hinged opposite the handles. So in this case, this one pulls open from the right, and the other one also pulls open, but from the left.
All right. Door to the north.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Door to the north.
The one just north of you and Alex, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see.
She's gonna stay back and let Beckish open the door.
I'll open the door.
Somebody's got to open the door. The cat can't do it. He doesn't have hands.
Yes, but are the doorknobs levers? If the doorknobs are levers, he might be able to open them.
True. Good point.
Yeah.
I just slowly give you like the cat eyes.
Hey, I've got doors like that my cats can open.
All the doors in my house are levers. They all have lever handles.
Yeah, that can be a problem when you have cats.
When you have pets and small children, you can open doors if they are levers. They're very easy to open.
All right, so Fekish, opening the door boldly or cautiously?
Just casually opening the door.
Okay,
What could go wrong?
and quick check here. You don't have dark vision, do you?
No.
Okay, so you open the door to a dark room.
I believe Redrith still got his dancing lights. That's what the Goliath brothers were using for light.
And the dervishes have torches.
Yeah,
That's
but they're all
true.
the way behind you.
That's all right. We should be casting enough light to at least get some semblance of what's going on.
Well, I guess as you see.
Plenty of light for me to see as you open the door.
Excuse me.
Kill it. Roll initiative.
Fireball.
There's plenty of light.
DM loading. Please wait.
Should make a t-shirt for him for that. That's perfect.
I do this too. I have to figure out where did I put that description of the room and how much of this am I supposed to unmask? I was just doing that last night.
So as Fekish opens the door, he sees a dark room. You see some shadows cast into it from your own forms. Really, you can't make out any detail. Kaelali and Redrith can see into the room somewhat, and basically don't discern any moving features or any heat sources. Nothing seems to be alive in there at the moment. But to get a better view, you're going to have to go closer.
Okay. I will take a few steps forward, and I mean, nothing jumped out at us. So,
And you don't hear any sounds or anything to make you concerned.
yeah, so I will take a few steps forward and peer into the room.
As you get closer to the doorway, you're able to make out a few more details and determine the extent of the room. Walls of this 30-foot wide, 20-foot deep room are 10 feet tall, and the ceiling is flat. A dwarf skeleton with a cleaver through its chest is upon a large wooden table in the center of the room.
Lunch.
A wooden door leads from each end of the north wall, along with a single door in the center of the south wall through which you are currently peering through. That should help make the doors a little more visible.
Yes.
Yes, that will help.
All right. Well, obviously that door's not going anywhere. Should we check out the hallway to the left? West?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can. peek around the corner.
Peekaboo.
Sneakily, of course.
Sneakily.
And I do have night vision too, so I can see even if the others can't, or at least to a certain extent.
Kayla does everything sneakily. You guys have noticed this about her. She's very stealthy and unobtrusive.
Sneaky, sneaky, sir.
She doesn't like to be noticed. What's down at the end of the hallway there?
Hmm. I'm gonna get closer.
It appears to be some kind of statue.
We will creep slowly closer, just in case it moves.
What about the rest of you hanging out behind? Haig, are you still in the room with the black box?
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep moving him around. He said he's just gonna stick with Vark for now, unless we get into combat.
I'll definitely go up and take a look. Absolutely. We get to this. I want to look both ways down the hallway before I walk out into the hallway there, though.
Yeah, definitely peek around the corner and make sure there's nothing waiting to jump out at us.
I do want to clarify, in case it wasn't before, this right next to Feckish is also a door.
Mhm.
Okay, that was not made clear. Silly map.
Yep, again, my apologies.
I'll poke
Theater
Feckish
of
and
the
just
mind,
point at
though.
the
Come on,
door.
guys.
Yeah. You want to check that door, Dragonborn?
I will open that door.
Well, before you open that door, let me read the description from up here, so you know what you're.
Okay, yeah.
To the north of this intersection of 10-foot wide arched hallways is a 10-foot deep alcove holding a carved stone statue. The statue, which stands on a plaster pedestal, is of a man with a gull's head. There is a stone door 10 feet away to the east. A corridor to the south runs into darkness. So, back to mask mode. And and funky map design. I blame myself.
So what's that to the west?
It's a convex wall.
Interesting. And there's a door to the east, the statue to the north, and the corridor to the south. Kayla Lee makes notes on her map.
What's to the west again?
It's just the wall is convex
Oh, okay. Okay.
instead of
The wall
it's
bubbles.
curved towards you.
It's a bubble.
Yep. Like I said, funky map elements.
So is there anything magic about this? Because I've still got my detect magic running because it's a 10-minute spell.
Let's see, between opening doors and whatnot, you might not still be up, but we'll say for the sake of benefit of the doubt that it is still up, which you would know, but it is not detecting anything.
Okay. I would like to step up and take a close look at the statue.
Okay. Well, it does appear to be made out of gold.
I'm more interested in that funny shaped wall.
Not counting the what did it say? Plaster pedestal that it's standing upon. The wall, as I said, is just, it looks normal in every regard, except for that it's bubbled towards you.
Touch it.
And by bubbled, I just mean it's shaped in a circular fashion, like you're looking on the outside of a cylinder.
And that just seems strange to me.
Yeah, I can understand that. And like I said, funky map elements.
So nothing else other than that statue being entirely gold, nothing else unique about that?
I guess you're not exactly coming from Western Faerun. You're not exactly used to these anthropomorphized animal deities.
All right.
It's definitely not human. It's not Amun-Re. So you're presuming at this point it has to be some divine reference. Hold on.
I inform Varric and Fekish down at the other end of the hallway that the statue is gold and there's a door and a weird wall up here.
Should we come up there?
Taylor feels like there's got to be something beyond this wall. There's some way of like opening it, but she's not quite sure what.
For seams, does it look like it's an actual cylinder separate from the wall, like it rotates at all?
My apologies for the demonic dog. He will be a future encounter.
I get first crack at the dog.
If your initiative roll is high enough, sure.
I know
You
this
want me to
dog.
touch the wall?
I'm
I'll touch the wall.
still like looking at it. Like,
Yeah, should we take a look at it? Like, do it.
it's a very strange looking wall.
Can I check out the wall? Like, investigate it?
You can step up and poke at it. Yeah, sure. I've just been looking. I'm frowning at it.
Yeah, I'm poking.
I'm making notes in the margin of my map.
God thing
So
I
Oh,
should
really
I-
disapproves of wall.
good thing I didn't make it hexagonal.
So yeah, I'll do a investigation of the strange wall.
Other than its circular nature, and you've seen inwardly curved walls before. You've just never seen one from this side, really. Well, that's not entirely true. I mean, it looks very much like a castle parapet from the outside, the base of it.
I'll look at KL and say, should I try and smash it?
It just gives you this look like, why is your answer to everything just smash it?
I'll just shrug and walk back
Eric
over to
smash.
Elizabeth and the
Because Hulk smash. Yes.
yeah.
Eric smash.
Kind of looks like a brown version of him too, or the Hulk on a good tan day,
Yeah. Tattoos.
So you're welcome to molest the wall any way you would like.
I won't smash it. If she gives me that look, like seriously, I'll be like, walk back over to the statue and look at it. I'll just be like, there's another door down the hallway. If you guys.
Oof, that's a lot of dice.
He's rolling checks for us.
there any
Those are
inscriptions
red
around the
dress.
statue or anything? Sorry.
Oh, what do you know? Okay, so all right. So, both Varric and Redress, you do pick up what seems to be, or what you believe to be, the sound of flowing water coming from beyond that wall. Not directly adjacent to it, but it sounds like that there's flowing water beyond it. Needless to say, it's very faint. KLL, you do not pick up upon it.
Do I hear anything behind this door over here?
And let's see. Go ahead and roll a perception check. In tower. You know that.
Well, of course in the tower.
Yeah, I like I said, I realize afterwards you know that. You do not hear anything unusual or other than silence coming from beyond that door.
Open it. Want me to do it? I'll do it.
I'm gonna open
Want
it just a
something to
crack.
smash?
I'm gonna open the door just a crack.
And once again, you are greeted to a darkened space, but you do have dark vision, so you're able to perceive into there. 15, 20, so yes, you can. Oh, which side is this door? Hold on. Give me a moment.
Hey, Jim.
I want to make sure you're in the right
Continue.
direction. You know? Okay, so that goes that way.
Okay.
So the handle is on your left. It does push inwards.
Thanks, sir.
So you are going to see. Like so.
Looks like a big room.
And empty flour sacks litter the floor of this 30 by 50 foot room, and piles of plaster line the walls where the former frescoes have been shattered. The 30-foot tall walls are capped by a dome, cracked wide in several places at the north end. A wooden door is set into each end of the south wall. There is another wooden door in the center of the west wall, the one you are looking through.
Hmm.
Okay. So there's a door here that lines up with the other room.
No, there's two. One on adjacent to the west and east wall. So let's see.
Either side of your arrow, basically.
So there's a door there and a door there. Okay. Okay.
Interesting. Why is that not? Oh, okay. I know why. Hold on.
Doors. Okay.
All right, the boxes I drew said it should be visible, but I don't see it showing up. Do you guys see them?
Yeah,
No.
I see blue boxes.
I don't see it on the screen that's being shared, so that's definitely very strange.
I don't see it on the screen that's being shared either, but I do see it on my screen.
That is weird.
That is very weird.
That's strange.
Anyone
it's the
else see
technology
them?
gremlin.
Does anyone else see them?
Nope.
I don't know what you're referring to, so no, I apparently don't.
Oh, very strange indeed. Stamp. Isn't there like a resync with the client button somewhere around here, Alex?
Right click, view, sync client view. I have no idea if it actually works or not because there was a while where it did nothing. Ah, okay. My map just jumped. But it's still not showing those it still shows me the boxes, but it's not showing up on the shared screen.
Oh, wait a minute. Can you see them now, Jim?
Uh,
There should be blue boxes right down here next to where you are now. And
I do not see blue boxes. No.
all right, so it's not a line of sight issue then.
That's weird.
That is very strange.
That is very weird. The one player and the DM can see them and nobody else can. That's just really weird.
Gotcha.
Oh, they went away.
You're no longer
Now
special.
they're back.
All right. Well, okay. The point being is that there are two doors down in that lower wall, not centered, but one against each of the vertical walls.
Okay.
Not that it really makes a difference because you already know what's on the other side of it, unless you've got some trans-dimensional gateway going on.
Well, I'm going to come down over here because there's another door over here and I want to see what's behind it.
The one by Feckish, huh?
Yep.
Okay. And is at this point, let's see. Dervish are moving up, but they don't want to put their backs to the cat yet. I've got hissing cats over here. Thanks for the sound effects, guys.
Are both the dervishes carrying torches or just one of them?
Both of them are.
I grab a torch from one of the dervishes
Okay.
and go back over and investigate the door.
Once again, I need to investigate. Okay, there we go. All right, so the handle to this door is on the right-hand side.
Oh, shit.
And it pulls out.
Pull me door.
Into a smallish 10 by 20 room, as so. And there is another door.
It's a broom closet.
Where's the other door?
Opposite wall, far end.
Okay.
Okay, hold on a second. So this
Lily is scribbling on her map.
This 20-foot long hallway runs north to south. A wooden door leads from the north end of the west wall. Another wooden door leads from the south end of the east wall.
What's the little doohickey in the center?
I think that's my fault.
Oh,
Yeah, it wouldn't
okay.
let me
Somebody
get rid
left
of
an
that.
arrow.
I don't know how to make it go away.
Hover over the arrow.
Something significant.
Hover over the arrow so that you get the white dots, and then you right click, and then you choose pointers, and then you choose remove this.
Really?
Got it. Thank you.
Oh,
It went away. Hooray!
I've been messing with that for a few minutes. Like I deleted my map by accident, had to pull that back up, and yeah, I've been messing with it for a few minutes now. Thank you.
door to the northwest.
Error?
DM's loading. One of the cats finally killed him.
Mm-mm. All right, so you're checking that door right there?
Yep.
Okay, and Fekish, you now hear water also before you open the door, but there's running water beyond this door.
Oh, goody.
All right. So you're gonna open it?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna have to give me a few moments on this one then, guys. All
No,
right.
open it now.
Da-da-da-da-da.
I think Miz should take a playful swipe at one of the dervishes in the dark and find out what happens.
Do it.
All right. As you open the door, the sound of water becomes very clear to everyone. Even Miz is able to hear it from his position.
Suddenly have the urge to go pee. Sorry, that was a bad joke.
All right. So let's start with unmasking the area.
So Fekish now has a torch in his hand, is that right?
Yes.
Not that it's
Okay.
not that it's necessary, because upon opening the door, you can see that this area is actually brilliantly lit.
Of course. Now it's when I grab the torch to a brilliantly lit room.
Water. Another octagonal room.
This unfortunately is one where you're going to have to let the theater of the mind work a little bit better. An octagonal room, 30 feet across, rises 55 feet to a brilliantly lit dome. A large waterfall cascades down the south wall from the mouth of a gigantic carved lion's head, hung just below the lip of a ledge that encircles the room 30 feet up. The water splashes into a large pool, empties into a stream, and flows through the north entrance. The splashing water is quite noisy.
For all the dryness up top, there seems to be an awful lot of water down here.
Yeah, is it the water from before? Like the healing water?
You don't know. I guess you could suppose that. Not
I can hit you with a fireball and you can go try it out.
I mean, maybe not a fireball. I think I could eat a fire bolt and check it out.
Well, there's more information,
Oh,
but gotta give me a moment. This didn't copy over well, so I'm doing it kind of on the fly. 30. Four palm trees grow next to this pool. Their tops are nearly level with the ledge 30 feet above. Nestled in the lush greenery of their fronds are several pineapple-like fruits. Identical granite altars stand on the east and west sides of the pool. Each altar has the impression of a right and left hand carved into its top, and golden inscriptions engraved on each face of the altars. Wooden doorways, banded with bronze, lead from the east and west walls. And give me a moment. So let's see if I can do this. Yes. And if you check out the campaign play section of the Discord channel, you'll get a better visual view of what I just described.
Okay.
interesting.
And that little tiny door underneath what says room 33 is where you are peeping out from, but the view is identical from either side.
Interesting.
And
Is there a doorway behind the waterfall? Heading south.
Not necessarily a doorway, but it does look like an opening.
Okay.
From your angle, yes, you can kind of see that there looks like there might be something.
Just wondering if it intersects with the adjacent room south.
Actually, if you look at the map, you can also see that, yeah, you can see some of the corridor that extends beyond the waterfall there.
Interesting. So Kellel is gonna creep in and head over to one of the altars and see if she can read the inscription.
How did I know you were going to go right to that? All right. My apologies, dear. I do not have these converted to formal redone images, but I'm still going to give you something to translate. I'm just going to have to bear with me.
Awesome.
Just put 4 marbles in your mouth and say Hail Mary 3 times.
I get to see if I can still read it.
Ask one of the dervishes if they can read it. I'd also ask one of the dervishes about the gull head dude.
No, they've already established that they are incapable.
Yeah.
So they're just going to carry torches and be afraid of miss.
Yep.
Well, you can hope that it might help if you run into anything.
Fodder, they're always good for fodder, yes. Human shield against fireball. Excuse me.
And there is your inscription in Ancient Inscriptions. And with that, I'm going to suggest that we take a 15-minute break until the bottom of the hour.
Right up.
Sound good?
Yep.
Sounds good.
And
Yeah.
you guys can discuss as you feel appropriate. I'm going to leave the recording going so I can capture any of your discussion about this. If not, I'll just trim it out later. All right. See you in 13 minutes.
Right up.
Gosh, it's been so long.
Is it legible? Or are you able to make it out from that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to remind myself of what the characters mean.
I hear you.
It's been so long. I know in here somewhere is. There we go.
Well, that's still confusing as shit.
It's been a while, guys. Help me out here.
No, I was coming up with the same thing. I was like, yeah, that symbol means these two letters. No, it's definitely been a while. I barely had it before.
Well, I'm so glad I'm playing a cat now. I don't have to figure that out.
Got them figured out yet, Alex?
Not yet. It's been a while.
It's a recipe to make a fruity umbrella drink. I'm gonna go investigate the archway behind the waterfall and see if it bisects or intersects with the room to the south,
Say that again.
under the waterfall.
Ah, okay.
You're gonna go get wet then.
Maybe.
He's an amphibian. Or reptile, it doesn't matter. You gonna move yourself over there or what?
Can I? Oh, there we go. Ta-da!
I'm about 85 to 90% certain that I've got the sounds pretty close, but it's not making sense to me.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm going back through and I end up with the same, like the last one you sent in the chat. I'm like, yeah, that's the NEG. I can't get. I'm trying to figure out what that could be. I started at the end for whatever reason. If you can, Jim, continue in this share.
Sorry, what was that, Matt?
I was just telling Jim I needed a screen share.
That's right. He has to keep refreshing you or resetting you, huh?
Yeah, like
And
every so
authorizing.
often.
It times out apparently.
Every 30 minutes, it needs to be refreshed.
Come on, behave yourself.
All right, so we've got Redreth, Kaeli, and Fekish that have gone into the room, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Varric, you're staying behind.
No, I'll wander into the room.
What about you, Ms.?
I am gonna stay out here and keep guard just in case people need a fallback plan.
Are you going to stay by that door or are you going to move closer to where they are? There is definitely light coming out from that area. The light from the domed room is enough to almost fully illuminate the 20-foot corridor adjacent to it.
I don't think the dervishes would be standing alone by themselves with just the cat, so they're probably going to move closer to the light, I would assume.
Well, Haig's out there, but yeah.
You're mostly right. They're more willing to move to the light. I'm trying to figure out where Ms. is going to go because they're not fully comfortable with the cat being behind them. Because they have
I will move closer forward so they feel a bit more comfortable coming to the light.
That says Dome of Flight. That makes me excited.
Yeah, I probably should have removed that reference.
but my mom cat told me that I
Okay, so let's see here.
the other reason why I'm never in the same room as everyone is because my mom cat told me that it's dangerous to be in a room with a wizard who knows fireball. It's bad health for your fur.
You're definitely not wrong.
Yeah, Alex is stumped. It's just not making sense.
Well, if you're stumped, I don't hold out a whole lot of hope for the rest of us.
It's been so long. Can you just see if you agree with my transliteration values?
I do, yeah, absolutely. I'm trying to figure out, is that the E symbol with the dot, is that an EA sound? Like in Heaven's Gate there? In Heaven, it has the E symbol with the dot. So maybe that's like an NEA with a G-ish sound. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a shorter F. Whereas
Right,
the
right.
in the word before it, that's a longer diacritic, or like a macron. So it makes it a little bit longer.
Well, so what are you going to do then?
The wizard doesn't have spells for this.
No, actually, I don't think I do. I think my under comprehend languages isn't that only like spoken also or something.
Yeah, I think
But
you
I don't think
established it doesn't work on this language.
that's right.
It doesn't work on this language, but comprehend languages does work on the written word. You just have to touch what it's written on
Okay.
and concentrate.
Well,
Doesn't work.
Keith, you said
But
previously it
we've
doesn't
already
work on this stuff.
determined that it doesn't work on this language.
Mhm.
Right. All right. Hang on. I want to pull up my reference and see if I can shed
Your
any light
reference is
there.
incomplete.
What's the light range on a torch?
20 foot bright, 20 foot dim, I think.
Okay, so once again, you are looking at doorways. And this kind of extends into the darkness down here. All right, so the ball is now in your court, party.
So how is the water exiting the room to the north?
You mean what speed or what direction?
Both.
Okay, well, as you can see in Discord in the campaign play diagram, the
Right.
water flows out of the lion's mouth,
Right.
comes down from there, landing at that spot between you and Alex, and then flows north through the passageway up there into another room.
Okay. So it's level?
I guess there's a slight decline heading north.
So is there a way to walk with it as it heads
There-
north, or would you be walking in it?
There is a narrow path on the east side of the passageway where the water does not flow. So
Investigate.
there has been a chasm or some kind of channel that has been provisioned for it.
Okay. So go and investigate and find out where the water's going
Okay.
while she's still translating.
Yeah, it has been a while since we've done them. For what it's worth, you're close enough, Alex. Question is, you have to know what to do with them.
Lime and the coconut. Shake it all up.
The only word I recognize is regrow. I'm just not sure what it refers to.
Skin after a fireball.
I feel like since it's only been
The first word
like,
looks like some sort of turn something, and then regrow. Not sure.
I feel like since it's only been what, days, maybe a week or so, that Kaylee would understand this so much faster than I am.
And that's why I'm saying you're close enough.
Okay.
In other words, the words by themselves aren't supposed to make sense.
Okay.
And your character would basically be feeling exactly the same way as like, this seems like what I've been reading, and I'm confident this is what it should sound like, but I have no idea what it means.
Okay.
So it's not just the
So-
fact that we haven't played in a while. Your character would be feeling the same thing at this moment.
Okay, that's very helpful. So there's two of them. Are the altar inscriptions identical?
I believe so. Let me double check. Identical
Sometimes
granite
things like-
altars stand on the east and west sides of the pool.
Okay. Okay. I'm wondering if it has something to do. Let's see. There are pineapple-like fruits in the trees, and there are handprints in the altars.
turning. Should we like shake a hand? See if they do
I'm-
anything?
I'm remembering also that one of the secret doors we found in the very first section of the pyramid, beyond the public areas, one of the secret doors was triggered by
The hand
by
print.
putting your hand in the impression on the altar. So I'm wondering if
Yep.
we put hands in the impressions on these altars, if something's going to happen.
I'll do it.
Okay, before you do anything else, let's see. Fekish, you can roll, but you're going to have a penalty. Redreth, Varric, and Kaeli, please all roll perception checks.
Okay. And I just posted in the chat, the middle two words, those are based on the other inscriptions I was able to work out so far.
Yeah, the vowels are a little fluid in their values. But yeah, that's about what I have.
What am I rolling?
Sorry, I can roll that again in the tower.
No, that's fine. This is actually one where it's fine that you're
Okay.
exposed. So let's see. Alex, good. Varric, no. Appropriate. Redreth, yes. Okay. So, and go ahead and roll. Fekish,
What am I rolling? Perception?
perception.
Perception.
When we put our hands in the other impressions,
Hold
Didn't
on a
we
second
say-
before we do any of that.
okay.
Does that work? No, apparently not. There we go.
Okay, and again, appropriate since you're a little further north, you're not going to notice. So, Kaeli, Redreth, and Fekish are all in the room. Fekish is out exploring. Varric steps into the room, approaches the two of them at the altar, and as he does so, Kaeli and Redreth both notice that him walking close to one of the palm trees is enough to knock one of the pineapples loose, and the pineapple is now falling to the ground. Do you want to do anything?
Catch it?
You want to try to catch it? Please go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Acrobatics?
Okay. If you want to put some flair into it.
1.5 twist, gainer.
Oh, actually very necessary. So with a bit of desperation and a leap that basically takes you to the ground, you catch the pineapple.
Nice.
Okay. I have a pineapple thing. Now
Ooh.
what?
But, sorry, hun. Hold on a second.
It's the rule in the NFL, the ground can't cause a fumble.
Upon catching the pineapple as it falls to the ground, the pineapple itself explodes.
Oops.
Lovely.
What?
Each of the three of you take 15 points of damage
Ow.
from the explosion.
Wow.
Actually,
That's a really nasty
Var-
pineapple.
Varric and Redreth, go ahead and roll a dex save. See if you can take half damage on it. Since Kaeli caught it, though, there's no way she's avoiding it.
Of
In the
course.
tower or open?
You'll know the results, so open is fine.
Oh shit.
How it works, open is fine.
Yeah.
So a
Right.
That's
dex
usually how it
save.
goes.
Correct.
Okay, so Varric,
Dex save.
you do successfully manage to jump out of the way as the thing explodes. You only take 8 points of damage. And Redreth. You take full damage from it, unfortunately. And regrettably, I need to see if any more are knocked loose.
Of course.
Oh crap! Another one drops from the tree next to that. That one exploded. What are you guys gonna do? You notice this one?
I'm jumping away.
Jump back out of the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't take another hit like that.
Acrobatic rolls for all three of you.
Oh, shit.
Who needs fireballs? We have exploding pineapples.
Oh, that was a beautiful recovery, Kayla. You 20'd that. Varric, not so much.
Sorry, I'm having trouble getting my other tab to come up here on my thing. I'm not sure what's going on here. There we are.
Gremlins,
Okay,
that's what's going on.
Idle curiosity, are these like loudly exploding pineapples?
Yes,
or
you're
just
hearing
silent?
them go off.
I'm hearing small arms fire going off behind me somewhere.
Okay, and so all right, so Redreth and Kaoli managed to get out of the zone of the explosion. So the second one drops. It also. Oh, wait a minute. Let me double check, make sure it does explode. I'll be surprised if it doesn't, but there is a chance it won't. And I got to give you that chance.
Well, I mean, the first one exploded, so let's get out of the way of the second one.
The
It only
second
exploded
one.
because you caught it.
No, the second one does explode on impact. And as I said, Kaoli and Redreth are able to get out of the range in time. Varric is not. So roll another dex save to see whether or not you take full or half damage from this one.
All right. It's doing that thing. It's not letting me
Chain
change tabs.
reaction.
Okay.
Do any more fall off?
Still got to figure that out. All right, so you take another 5 points of damage, Varric. You avoid most of it. And now... no more fall off.
Okay, good.
Miz and the two dervishes, obviously you hear some explosions going on inside there. As does Hay.
I slowly turn my head toward the god and then sit down and do a cat equivalent of a shrug and go meow.
I'm gonna walk this way. All right, so I need to move the two of you out of the. Well, keep forgetting I got to change the play mode on the map. All right, so
It's very annoying.
yeah, we're gonna have you have died. Actually, both of you are gonna have to have. Well, now let's see. You dove to capture that, so yeah, you can dive out the room if you want to, or into the water. Kaoli. Oops. Okay. And so, Redreth, you dove into the water.
Yep, I would absolutely head towards where Feckish is.
All right, but Varric was still in range. He didn't make it out, so that's where you guys currently are after two of the pineapples fell.
Can I take a step
They
into the
apparently
water?
pack quite a punch and are quite volatile.
Yep. Can I step in the water and see if it has the healing effect like the water in previous tunnels of the pyramid?
I do believe it has been sufficient time that, yes, you are able to take advantage of the healing effects of the water.
Nice.
And let's see. So what was that again? Hold on. Okay, roll a d10.
A D10. All right.
Nice.
Very nice.
Hell yeah.
You get back all but 3 of your explosion damage.
I'm cool with that. You know, since it's episode 22, I'm
So-
just gonna use my lay on hands for that last 3, and I'll have 22.
I'm in
points
the
left
water
to go.
too, so I get a little healing back from that.
Yes, you do.
I would notice the burns healing.
The what?
How much
would
do I roll?
notice
Do I
this
roll to
effect.
get back, or what?
Just roll a d10 and I'll take it off your wounds. What were you saying, Alex?
I would notice this effect.
The healing effect?
Yes.
Oh, you're aware of it. You've appreciated it before. Let's see. Not so much with Redreth because he jumped in, but in the case of Varric, I would say yes, because he consciously did something that was obvious to consume it or make use of it.
Okay. In which
Yeah,
case,
definitely
I'm going
got
to.
it and like just splashed it all over me, drank some.
Yeah, so like in the case of
Yeah,
Redreth,
I'm gonna.
he's a little wet. He's rising up from the water. He's feeling better, but he's a little disheveled. Whereas Varric walked over, took a drink of water, and he's like, ah.
So I'm gonna come over and take a drink because it's clearly like the healing water that we found in the other spot. So I could use some healing. Redreth, your roll was terrible.
It don't hurt.
Go over here.
And I've still got plenty. How do I use my lay on hands on myself?
You target yourself first.
So I have a black circle around myself. Is that me? I thought I could click on myself. And
No, that
target
means you're selected. You have to actually control click on yourself.
I see. And like, how do I not dump all the 25 in, or will it just do it automatically when I hit the?
I would have to see your actions tab to know whether it's set up properly for that or not.
Weird. Yeah, because there's a health symbol, like the plus sign in the box. It says heal 25. It's to the right of Paladin lay on hands 1.
But how many of those plus signs do you see? Just the one?
Yep.
Okay. Then your sheet is not set up properly to let you increment it.
All right.
So just make a note that you've used 3 points of healing for the day.
Right. And then just go to my main and wipe that out.
The total number of hit points equal to your paladin level times 5.
Yep. So I have 25.
Good.
I have a pool of 25 hit points I can use.
Right. So that
Right.
would now be down to 20. How many are you using?
Just 3. So yeah, I'll have 22 points still left.
Yeah.
There's a number of different ways you can do it, but I don't want to get into that right now. We're
Sure.
in the middle of a session. I can do it maybe after the session when we're done. I can walk you through fixing that up for you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see that would require some creative configuration.
Oh yeah, it does. And exactly how you do it depends on personal preference. So we can do that after the session.
Okay.
But for right now, just make a note that you've spent 3. So I rolled a 10.
That means you get all your points back. Both, gosh, all high rolls on your healing. Nice.
Red Dress rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So I had 15, so I should have 5 left wounds.
Oh, okay.
I could give everybody back full hit points.
Yeah, those pineapple things are interesting. Kelly's
Yeah, that's
mildly
dangerous.
curious about what would happen if we actually climbed up a tree and picked one, if it would explode or not, but she's not willing to actually experiment with it.
I was thinking about eating one, so I'm glad I didn't try that. That would have gone terribly.
Talk about
She's-
Pop Rocks and or Mentos and Diet Coke.
This one's got a bang to it.
Hey, there's
So
a new kind of
Kale
breath weapon.
Kaomi is still puzzling over that inscription. I should put our translation in here.
Yeah, so what I was thinking was last time when we put our hands in the door you were talking about to find that secret door, didn't we say Amen Ray when it happened?
I don't remember, but I think so. But in order to trigger that door, it involved putting hands in impressions.
Correct.
So I suspect that if we do that, then something will happen.
Yeah, we try to turn it. I don't know. I'll go grab the hands or the impressions and try and move them, twist or turn them in any way.
All right. So what exactly are we doing?
I'm gonna. There's some impressions, aren't there? There's hands.
Yep. They're on. Just to be sure. Each has the impressions of a right and left hand carved into its top, and golden inscriptions engraved on each face of the altars. So yeah, it's on top of the altar. You would rest your hands down to place it into the impressions.
Yeah, I'll try to move it.
Move.
Turn it in any way.
Like the impressions, the altar.
Yeah, once my hands are in the impressions, try to see if it does anything.
Well, given your size and shape, your hands are obviously a bit big for the impressions that are in the altar.
Okay.
And yeah, you feel that perhaps if you forced it, you might be able to move it, but it's not moving willingly.
Continue, Jim. Screen share.
Say again?
You need to continue on the screen share from Jim. Yep. Okay, yeah. I'm going to say my hands are too big. Somebody else should give it a go.
Fekish, what are you doing?
Waiting for you to give me a description of what's in the room.
Ah, that might help, huh? All right, so let's see. This room up here, where are we at? Down the center of this brilliantly lit 30-foot wide, 50-foot long hall. So I get to expose all of it for you. Hold on a second.
What is the light source between the two rooms?
Well, the last one, the dome is lit. And for all intents and purposes, it seems to be some kind of magical light coming from the dome itself.
Okay. Well, there's the concaves. Vex.
Oh, shit.
Big room.
brilliantly lit 30-foot wide, 50-foot long hall, a rapidly moving stream flows southward. It enters the hall via a 10-foot wide entrance in the south wall and exits through a matching entrance in the northern wall. The dome ceiling, 30 feet above, glows brightly and gives life to lush tropical growth that chokes both sides of the stream, nearly hiding the side walls. On each side of the stream, nearly hidden by the ferns, flowers, and palm trees, there is a bronze bowl of enormous size, 4 feet tall and 6 feet across. These appear to be filled with leafy apples, pears, oranges, mangoes, and the like.
They explode when you eat them. Okay then.
Fruit is dangerous.
So
Noted.
go back and join my compadres and explain to them what I saw to the south and what I saw to the north, while keeping an eye on the fruit.
Can we get the description of that room in chat, please?
I'm working on that right now. Give me a moment.
Thank you.
And one of the things that didn't get transferred over properly, unfortunately.
Sad.
Come on, try that again. There we go.
Maybe we make one of the dervishes put their hands in the thing.
If we can convince them to touch it.
And then just tell them to like say the words and see what happens.
I think your description is not entirely accurate. I thought the water flowed north.
You are correct. Thank you. Yeah, and it actually contradicts itself.
Yeah.
So yes, that you are correct. I needed to fix that. It does flow north.
Okay.
One of the many
Sometimes I can't be
editing errors.
sure of what I've heard, but once I see it in print, I can double check and say, yes, I heard it correctly. And
No,
it didn't make sense.
And thank you for pointing it out too, because there's actually a lot of errors in the source material.
That are the DMs backwards.
Okay, so I think
Stone floors in both rooms, or sand, or
All right, so back to Varric. All right, so Varric, you decided your hands are too big for the impressions, right?
Correct. Yep.
you gonna ask anybody else to try?
Yeah. I'm gonna say somebody else should give this a go, and I'm gonna say we should maybe get the dervishes to try it, just in case. I mean, I could burn it, detect magic, and check the room out. We haven't done that yet. Or the wizard could ritual cast it.
I don't know. Kaoli is rather hesitant to put her hands in the impressions. She doesn't know what's gonna happen. spin.
Yeah. That's, I don't know.
And
The exploding
who
fruit
knows,
has
maybe
made me
nothing-
nervous.
who knows? Maybe nothing will happen because we don't know the magic words to go with it, you know? So,
Yeah, that's why I was trying to turn it. He said it might move. Like, I can try and make it move if you want me to. Like, that's an option. It's not going to move on its own, but I can make it. Try to anyway.
I don't know. I don't know if forcing it's a good idea. Maybe we should find somebody who whose hands fit better.
Yeah, I don't want to shake the room either. I don't want it to like move, like open some giant door that shakes all these freaking trees, drops 10 of those damn pineapples on us. Just a few little. I'll burn a detect magic. Take a look around.
I'd rather ask Redruth to do it. Save yourself.
I certainly can. We just have to sit for
Yeah.
10 minutes while I do the ritual.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Not a
chill in the
problem.
water because it's nice and cool and kind of clean feeling and tastes good.
Yeah. I'm gonna make sure that my water skins are refilled because fresh water is nice.
Yep.
Tends to get a little stale and icky after it's been, you know, sitting in the water skin for a couple of days. So
And it's definitely refreshing.
Gets pulpy as it breaks down the.
Teeth.
Yes.
There's a door to the east in the description based on where I'm at.
Yeah, there's a door on the opposite side.
All right. Investigate door while he's doing his ritual, whatever he's doing.
And just so you know, John, in 5e, a mage can cast a spell that's not currently in his memorized list if he spends 10 minutes casting it as a ritual.
Neat.
Yeah, has its advantages.
Only
got 10
ones that are
minutes,
marked that can be cast as a ritual, though.
Ah,
It has to say like RIT on it or ritual or something like that.
is fireball
Yeah,
a
it has-
ritual spell?
it
Unfortunately,
is
not.
not.
Nope. That'd be
But
awesome.
clerics can.
I'd wait
cast
10
ritual
minutes
spells,
for a
can't
fireball, no problem.
they? Hang on, guys.
Clerics can do it too, but clerics have to have it. Clerics have to have it prepared.
Right.
But they can skip the spell slot and spend the 10 minutes on the ritual. The wizards don't have to have it prepared because they can just read it out of their spell book as they're casting the ritual.
Yeah,
Got it.
nerds.
Nerds.
Which gives wizards a slight edge because the cleric still has to
For
have
sure.
it prepared. And technically it's 10 minutes plus normal casting time. But since most normal casting times on ritual spells are 1 minute or are one round or one action, it's almost negligible. I'm babbling. If somebody has something important to the story to say, they can interrupt me.
No, you're good. We're just chilling, waiting for the spell. I think I will. I'm gonna move over with Feckish because it's making me nervous wandering around by himself. Some shit to pop out and kill
Hey
him.
man, nothing I've done so far has caused the fruit to explode. So
Yeah, right. Like, yeah.
Walk
Just-
softly, Varric.
Yeah. Yeah, keeping a wide distance from those fucking trees.
Yeah, I'm still contemplating the altar and its inscription and handprints and trying to decide what we're gonna do about it.
I mean, we're looking for something like, I don't know. It could open. I don't know. I don't know what it's gonna do. I feel like
don't
I should just
know.
turn the thing.
But this inscription is very puzzling.
Are there a ton of these pineapples in the trees? Like,
Yeah, and keep in mind there's 4 of the trees too, 2 on each side of the water.
Walk softly, dude.
mhm. Yeah, I'm not moving fast at all.
So Fekich just found another similar 20-foot long corridor, not unlike the one that you guys came in through on the opposite side.
Okay. Yeah, still frowning at this inscription.
And are you just exploring or are you an investigating, Fekich? Like are you
Both.
spending time looking around or you just want to see where everything goes?
No, I'm kind of looking around and I mean, I
Nice.
got time.
So if you're taking your time, then you're between the area up north and that area down there, Redrith pretty much has a chance to finish off his spell. And yes, the whole area, both this room and the other room that Fekich went into, are emanating strong amounts of alteration magic.
Alrighty then.
Alteration?
I think that's the
Uh,
actually let me double
yeah.
Alteration. I
That's,
believe the technical term is transmutation.
Right.
Going with an old one. Hold on. All right, so let's see. Yeah, transmutation for a 5e. My apologies.
No worries.
And what is it that radiates this?
It's emanating from both rooms, all over.
All over.
If you had to say there was a center of the magic, it would probably be that the altars are glowing the most intense. Oh, I would point. Roll a perception check. Oh, no worries, Miz.
Everybody?
No, just you, because you're the one that's noticing the magic field, and you're the one who would notice the variations in it. Oof, you rolled a 1. You're not going to detect anything. So yeah, just
Pineapple,
everything is
falling
well in
under.
transmutation.
Well, shit.
Door to the west.
Mhm. Yeah, if I'm away from those pineapples, the palm trees and those exploding fruit, I'm good.
How deep is the water?
Not terribly deep, but enough that you could lose your footing.
Okay.
Remember, it is flowing from the pool, from the lion's head
Right.
pool.
Okay. So deep enough to make you slip and get
Possibly
dunked,
get carried away by it in a really bad roll.
but not so deep that wading across is difficult. Just
Correct.
Okay.
Exactly correct. It looks very doable, but don't underestimate it.
Well, when the water flows that strongly, you know, you got to be careful. But wading across shouldn't be terribly difficult. Okay. Or wading through into the other room and following the river downstream. Yeah, I have to make notes on my map again, and then well, apparently these two seem to be exploring in that direction, which is not the direction I would have chosen. But I guess
Just
I'll follow
looking.
these guys.
Just looking, putting some space between me and those.
So traumatized by the pineapples.
Yeah. I was excited. I wanted to eat one, and then it exploded.
Nitro pineapples.
Yeah.
Hand grenades. If we can safely pick them and store them, then who knows? Maybe we
Yeah,
can
but
throw
then
them
that-
like hand grenades.
It could be like running around with jars of nitroglycerin, like you get knocked over and
Yeah.
that would suck.
This coming from the woman that had dive catched one to have it explode in her hand, in her face. So
Yeah.
It looked good.
I
Yeah, it
think
looked
Kylie
cool.
may be slightly concussed.
Yeah, she's not ready to try it, but she does wonder if we could safely pick them and store them, if we could throw them at people and have them explode. Because
That'd be fun.
sometimes having a miniature fireball in your pocket is really nice, and
Oh,
sometimes
yeah.
it's not.
Put them in a backpack and give it to one of the dervishes.
We should also point out, Alex, that Kayla Lee currently has the look of, you know, soot and stuff all over her face. Her hair has been blown back.
Huh.
Kind of like build a cat on a normal day.
She took some time to do a cursory wash in this stream. She got the worst of the soot off.
Yeah. But yeah, the initial impression is just like one of those cartoon scenes where, you know, someone just had a bomb go off in their hands and their face
Yeah.
is blown back.
Well, we can do a test. Are there any laying on the ground? Or are they all up in the trees?
Yeah, all the ones that fell have exploded.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I could throw it at that wall up there that connects to the other hallway near the statue. See what happens.
It's an idea.
It's an idea. Nobody says it's a good idea, but it's an idea.
An idea. All right, so
It's an
Fecus, you're
idea.
opening that door.
Yes,
All
Yep.
right. Let's see what we've got here. Master.
another series of bad ideas.
Well, you got to keep moving.
Opening
You
the
know?
doors so far hasn't been too bad. For
Yeah.
most of us, anyway.
We might have to
Catching
start opening up
pineapples
some
on the other hand,
sarcophagi.
you don't want to catch the pineapples.
Mhm. I don't like the red dress by himself in here. I'm just gonna stay by the doorway.
So the door south.
I think that's about right for what you're seeing. So yeah, passageway to the north extends for at least 40 feet plus, passageway extending west, with a intersection to the south after what, about 10, 20, 30 feet?
And due south of my current, is that a doorway or a door or no?
No, that is
Okay.
not. That is just a wall.
All right then.
Let me clear up the display on that so it doesn't look like it's a door.
So give Kelly a moment to ingest that into her maps. And then probably go back into the waterfall pineapple room and meet up with the rest of the group. I don't want to get too crazy. So looking at time elapsed for the ritual casting wizard.
Yeah. What about it?
Yeah, I cast it, so I can, for the next 10 minutes, I can see magic.
Well, then you probably don't want it to go to waste.
So should we reconvene with the altars and figure out what's going on with that before we continue pressing on into whatever directions we're going? We've got several options to choose from, just a matter of which way we want to go.
Yeah, you definitely have exposed a lot of possible ways to go. Question is, which is the way you need to go?
We don't know.
We're looking
There's
for things,
definitely-
right? Like we got to find ways to open. Like if we're looking for something, we never opened any of those sarcophagi that we found. Like I think we should try moving this altar and see what happens in the pineapple room too.
Yeah, Kaylee is still interested in finding out what happens if we put hands in the altar and try things, but she's not willing to try it herself.
I mean, I'll give it a go trying to make it turn.
Love that
if you want.
conviction, Kaylee.
I
Or
think I think cat
curious.
paws would fit really well.
I'm all
But
for doing it as long as someone else is.
And I'm, the dervishes are a great idea, but I don't see them.
She's curious about what happens, but she's not bold enough to try it herself. She's a little too cautious for that.
I don't see the dervishes being the kind of guys going, "Hey man, come over here and try this." So
Yeah, I don't think
I can try and
they
convince
go
them.
along with that.
I got a good charisma score.
there you go, diplomacy skill. Go for it.
It's worth a shot.
You
Yeah,
can
I'll go
always
ask
ask them.
Yeah, I'll go ask them. I'll see if they'll give it a go.
And what exactly are you asking them?
If they'll put their hands on the altar and try and turn it.
Turn it.
Mhm.
Okay. You mean like rotate it on spot? Or
Yep.
flip it over? Or what are we talking?
Yeah, just try just to see if it moves. Like that, I had a sense that it might move. So just to see if
Okay.
more appropriate sized
to
hands
be
would.
fair, it's more a question of your size versus the way that it was built, that you figure you probably
Right.
could forcibly move it, but not necessarily that it was meant to move.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll just tell them to see what happens when they put their hands in it.
All right, so I guess that would be a persuasion check then.
All right.
You gonna tell them what the inscription says?
Yeah, I'll tell them what we figured out.
Don't tell them about the exploding fruit.
They heard about the explosion.
They didn't see it explode. They just heard it explode.
Yeah, they heard
Yeah, I'll
about
tell them
something
that.
explode. Well, even less so. It's like, okay, was it the altar that exploded? Why would they expect fruit to explode? Oh yeah, there's pineapples up there. I bet they explode. You guys didn't think of that.
No, we didn't.
So, all right. With your persuasion check, he seems to be one of them seems to be considering it, but you might need a little more persuasion. So roll again.
All right.
See if you can hammer the point home or stick your foot in your mouth. Didn't do either, but he's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. Why aren't you willing to do it?
And my
My
hands are too big. And I'll show him. I'll put my hand next to it and be like, "That's why." Like, look at your hand. I'll grab his hand and put it up to mine and be like, "Look at that."
All right. So he looks at you. He kind of like does some kind of internal assessment. His eyes kind of glance to the up to the left of his head. And he starts moving forward and is like, okay, I'll give it a try. And he sticks his hand onto the impression and he looks over at you and he looks over at, well, you know what? Before we continue any further, I presume you're not all still gathered in the hallway at this point. So
No, we're not.
please position yourselves where you would be as this event is occurring.
The altar's in like over on that side of the water, isn't it?
There's one on each
There's
side
one
of
on
the
each
wall.
side.
Okay. Yeah.
So in this case, the dervish is going to come to this one. He doesn't feel like getting wet. Though he does
I
take,
don't blame him.
though he does stop to take a drink before going to the altar. He's like, ooh, water, clean water.
Yes, clean water.
Yeah, this is definitely not colored anything like the Ganges.
Yeah. And I'll say any turning, anything happening.
So he goes over, he puts his hand on one hand on there, he looks over at each one of you. Doesn't get any kind of response, and then he puts his second hand in the second impression. And you see him kind of like moving his hand around and start shifting him around, but nothing seems to happen. I don't think it did anything.
I'm gonna while his hands are still in there, as nothing is happening, I'm gonna put my hands on the one on this side.
You're going to put yours on the altar on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Try turning them at the same time. Maybe.
Count to 3.
Anything happening?
You're trying to turn it also?
I'm trying to see if I think it would turn.
Yeah, you don't get the sense either that it's meant to turn.
Nothing.
It seems pretty fixed and pretty well built into the floor structure.
Push.
It's
Nothing.
like not meant to move. What if I recite the inscription?
Do it. Say it. I'll tell the dervish to keep his hands in the thing. Hold on, man. Hold on. Yeah, recite the inscription, at least what we know. It's
So are you going to do so, Alex or Kaylee?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, what are you saying?
hey Jim.
It ran away. Yeah, I'm just gonna
Thank you.
recite the inscription, but I can't find it. My computer's too cluttered.
Like that's
I've
why
got too many windows
the
open.
first word's turning.
I can't find it.
The first word's turning. That's why I was trying to turn it. I was stuck on that. Like turning. Turning, low grow, regrow, neg.
I'm waiting to hear what you say, Alex.
Peanut butter sandwiches.
Turning.
Yeah, the inscription, as best as I can make out, says turning logro regro neg, and it's completely nonsensical, but that is what she's going to recite.
Okay, so the next question is, are you going to rush through each one of them, or are you going to say one word at a time?
I'm gonna say it as a single.
Like with commas in between them.
No, you know, the more I think about it, actually, I'm not gonna recite the entire one. I'm wondering if it's instructions. I'm just gonna say logro.
Nothing happens.
And if I say neg,
Nothing happens.
say the whole thing. Turning logro regro neg.
As you say the first word, the impressions begin to glow, but as you finish the word, it stops. And nothing happens thereafter.
I'm gonna look at both of them.
Interesting.
That's weird.
Sing the first word.
Yeah, say the first word.
Sing it.
Sing it. Oh,
Like carry a note.
yeah, I'll tell the dervish to do that. Say turning.
Are you saying it or is she saying it?
I'm saying it to the dervish
Okay.
because he's got his hands on the thing.
The dervish looks at you and he looks over at it and he looks over at her and he looks back at the altar and he goes, turning. And pretty much the same thing happens. It begins to glow as he says it, and as soon as he utters the last part of the word, it stops.
Okay. I'm gonna try it again, but this time as I'm saying the word, see if I can feel movement. Like if I say the word and shift the altar, does it move?
Okay, and say the word again.
Turning.
Turn in.
Someone roll an insight check.
Turn in, not ning.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jim. Presuming that you follow Redreth's instruction, removing the key prevents it from stopping. So by saying just turn in, it is now glowing. The impressions are now glowing and glowing steadily.
Okay, then I'm going to continue the phrase.
Okay, go ahead. I'm being pointed about your pronunciation here in case you can't tell, Alex.
Yeah, I know.
Miss
I know.
Linguist.
It's a little variable. Logra.
As soon as you say that, the first thing you notice, each and every one of you, is that the sound of the waterfall has changed. And upon looking at the waterfall, you notice that it doesn't seem like there's more water coming out of it, but it is taking up a lot more space. And the mist that is coming up off of the crashing water is filling up a lot more volume and spreading a lot further from the water, where the water all pools. The first one who takes a step towards the water, I'm not going to ask you to roll for it, but I'm going to ask who that's going to be.
I mean, I'm just standing there looking around. I will.
As soon as you go to take a step, you immediately realize that you feel substantially lighter.
Ugh.
Like you go to take a step, and instead of moving forward a foot, you're moving forward like 10 feet.
Whoa. Oh, man.
And of course, everyone watches this as you try to catch yourself. And actually, I will have you do a dex check to see if you catch yourself or fall back into the water.
Acrobatics or athletics?
You can use either, whichever is more your style.
Athletics.
Okay, so you're able to catch yourself, but yeah, everyone watches you do basically a moonwalk.
Right. That was weird.
And
Something's weird.
Presumably, Kaylee, as soon as you heard the difference in the waterfall, you did not proceed with the other words yet.
Yeah.
What do we do now?
Proceed with the words, of course.
Like, have we checked out the ceiling? Have we looked up yet? Like, I'm pretty bouncy right now. I don't want to get shot into a ceiling of spikes or anything like silly like that.
It's domed, but there's a ledge up there about the top of the tree line.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I could try and jump up there now that I'm a little
A little
somebody-
more buoyant. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just make sure you don't take any of the fruit with you when you go.
Oh shit. Yeah, can I? Oh, man, it's not gonna be easy to like move around right now. I'm gonna
I should
hold off
point
on
out
that.
that it doesn't take much for the rest of you to figure out what happened with Varric. As you pretty much start feeling your own lightlessness as you go to help him or react to him. You're like, wait a minute, I'm feeling really buoyant.
I'm just frozen at the altar with my hands on it, and these things, it's glowing, and I'm just like,
And yeah,
Keep
the
going.
dervish is looking at you like, oh shit, man.
Keep going.
So should I try to go to the ledge or say the next word?
Say the next word.
Do it.
Well, I think you figured it out. It has to be one of the people holding their hands in the impressions.
Yep.
You just don't want to pronounce them, do you, Alex? Jeez.
You've seen the movie Evil Dead. Come on, I don't blame her.
Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
well, since the people around me are like, well, maybe you should just finish. I'm gonna very carefully attempt to pronounce the next word, which is Rigra.
And upon saying so, you now all suddenly feel rather weightless and begin floating upwards towards the ceiling.
Neg.
And as does the waterfall.
Oh man, are we floating towards the top of the trees now?
Towards the top of the trees and presumably beyond it.
Uh,
And yeah, the pineapples are now pointing upwards. It's still attached to the tree.
So what
Okay.
happens to pineapples snap away from the tree and they start crashing into one another while they're all floating up there?
You're getting ahead of yourself, miss. Well, if I am no longer in touch with the ground and I am starting to head skyward, I'm going to try to at least angle my trajectory towards the ledge.
Same.
I should
Yep.
point out that Red Dress, Haig, and the Dervish and Mizram are not affected. It's only those of you inside the octagonal room.
What about those that are attached to the altars?
Their feet begin drifting upwards.
Okay, but their hands are still affixed, correct?
Yes, it's not pulling. In this case, it is not pulling them away from the altar.
So the good news is when the pineapples start exploding over your head, you're relatively safe because you're stuck to the altars. Say the last word.
I did.
Oh, I didn't catch that, did you?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
And as soon as you do, how long after saying Rigra?
Not that long.
Okay, so as soon as you say neg, the glowing on the impressions on both altars stops. The effect stops, and you all get dropped unceremoniously onto the floor.
Fantastic. And the pineapples?
Are they still attached?
That's a good question.
Shit.
Get ready to say the second word again real fast.
Yeah.
Game on.
Oh, we could totally have a fun game of hot potato with one of these things in here.
Oh, that's right.
And
So
yes, one of the pineapples comes crashing down.
Word number 2, Bob. Word number 2.
Shit.
On which side of the water?
That's a good question. Your side. No, sorry, Varric's side.
Shit.
Does it explode?
Can I try and catch it so it doesn't kill the dervish?
Remember what happened the last time somebody caught one of these things?
I know, but I don't want it to kill.
We have
Kill
another
the guy.
dervish. We have a second dervish.
Roll a dex or an acrobatics check.
Okay. Can I do athletics?
No, this is definitely based on speed,
Okay,
not
okay.
strength.
Shit.
You managed to catch it.
Cool. I'm just gonna like ball up and try to, you know what I mean, dive on the grenade.
It does not explode.
Oh, cool. So I'm Steve Rogers at the beginning of Captain America when he's just laying there. Is this a test?
Basically, yep. Good job on that one. And actually, Varric, I am going to give you an inspiration for that one.
Oh, cool.
Because you should have been like, oh, hell no, jump the other way. No, you right. You did the Steve Rogers there. You get the inspiration.
Yeah.
He's still skinny.
Yeah. Well, that's cool.
So, and the dervish is sitting there looking at you like, oh, thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm just going to hold it up and be like, gesture towards Kaeli and be like, huh?
I have the fleece.
That's how you catch one.
And Kaeli is just sitting there thinking to herself, if he throws it, will it explode?
Are you saying it or thinking it?
No, I'm just thinking it, but I've got this look on my face like
You
I'm
got it,
for an
totally will.
experiment.
So yeah, I just want to look up there. The dome is just a dome with like magic light up there.
Well, it's now dripping because it's wet, but yeah, for the most part.
Okay. So
But yes.
maybe we don't say the third word.
I would say in this part, you are all gotten wet from the water that is now turned to rain, basically, from the change in effects.
Because it affected the water too, so the water was flowing towards the ceiling, and now it's flowing towards the ground again. All sorts of funny things. Yes, we're now wet.
cool with that. I want to try to get up on those ledges. I say we say the first 2 words and give a little bounce in here and hop up there.
Agreed.
Because the altars aren't glowing anymore, right?
That sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah.
So shall I presume that is what the party's going to do?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
Bailey, are you going to reactivate the altar, or are you going to let someone else do it?
I will reactivate the altar.
Okay, and you are doing so exactly by. Please re-describe it.
I've got my hands in the spot on the altar, and gonna start reciting the inscription. I think they just wanted the first 2 words.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I will just say Turnin Logra.
Okay, after saying turn in, the impressions begin to glow once again. After saying Logra, you all feel lighter once again.
Is anybody outside of the room under the effect of this? Is Ms. feeling anything?
Nope. Like I said, it's only those inside the octagonal room.
Just inside this room. Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to jump up and grab one of the ledges and hop over and like check it out up there.
Okay.
Without kicking any of the pineapples loose?
Correct?
Okay, and so the ledge extends around the room. Show me where on the room you want to try to jump to.
Probably just if it goes around the edge of the room, yeah, I'll jump from where I am, near the center to just try to get onto the ledge.
So right
if
up,
it goes
right
around.
up there by where the waterfall.
Yep.
Okay. Roll a D10, please.
D10. In the tower?
Not necessary,
Okay.
but won't matter.
Oh shit.
It does
Hey,
now.
you never know. When the DM asks you to roll a raw die, you never know what they're actually asking you to determine.
And I did set the pineapple down. I don't have it in my hand still.
That's probably a good idea. All right, so you take a jump. All of you notice quite obviously that, whoa, what just happened? Because you jumped much higher than you should be able to. You reached about 21 feet, which puts your hand just short of the ledge, so you're not able to grab it.
All right.
You want to try again?
I do.
Roll another D10, please. This time you're able to jump 27 feet. And with that, you're able to basically get your waist even with the ledge and are able to grab onto the ledge.
Cool.
And I'm going to have you roll a dexterity check. You just don't want a 1 here.
All right.
Oh, that was almost a 1.
It was.
It was peeking at you.
Yep.
But okay, so Varric has now managed to grab onto the ledge above and pulled himself up just to the left of where the lion's head is spewing out the water. And immediately he notices that past the lion's head, where the heck is it? Hold on.
Leads to the place that Keith didn't want us to go because he doesn't have the maps for it.
Not quite, but given the map difficulties, and then I want to make sure this one does come across cleanly and we don't spend several more sessions with an incomplete map. Yeah, I think we're just going to do theater of the mind at this point as I describe what you see.
Well, we've got 10 minutes left in this session, so we're probably not going to get that far into it anyway.
Exactly. That's what I'm kind of thinking. We're kind of at the right time anyway, but give me 1 second.
You were hoping we'd all be dead by pineapples by now. Come on, you can admit it.
Admit it. You wanted the pineapples to kill us because it would be funny.
Okay, it's easier than I thought, actually. Is
Changing subject real quick.
where are we at? Not that. Here we go. That. The ledge, 3 to 5 feet wide, encircles the base of the dome. Its inner edge is octagonal and overlooks the palm trees and pool below. Its outer edge follows the curve of the 30-foot diameter dome, which sits atop 20-foot high walls. The tops of the palm trees are easily reached from this walkway. Their pineapples could easily be picked. Hanging from the lip on the south octagonal wall, just below the ledge, is the head of the carved lion, water gushing from its mouth. In the dome wall above this carving, there is a door. The sound of rushing water is muffled here and faint, but steady rapping can be heard from behind a large cut stone in the wall on the east side of the dome. The stone is 4 feet square by 2 feet thick. The rapping is in series of 3s. I think with that, can probably answer some basic questions. But, what do you want to do about the
Yeah, I'll tell everybody that what I see and what I hear and everything. And
Well, you're going to have a hard time communicating with them because they still are kind of deafened by the sound of the water down below them.
So
So
I
they're
do
gonna
have
be
a
looking
rope.
up at you, like, holding up their hands, and you can kind of hear what?
I have a rope, so I'll just tie it off on the ledge and send it down. And then I can't communicate any of this, but yeah,
Alex,
I'll tie the rope
Is
off.
there a spot to tie off the rope?
I was going to ask
Yeah,
Alex,
that's a good
what is
point.
the 5e equivalent for rope or knot tying skills?
A basic dex check. A lot of people use sleight of hand, but it's really just a basic dex check.
I think I like sleight of hand better.
Sleight of hand.
Yep.
That's the
That
most
one does
common
have to
one
be in the
use.
tower.
Yep.
Okay. So you tie off the rope, you've secured it to a protrusion on the lion's head. It seems relatively secure. You feel confident with it, and you lower it down to the floor below, which is, as we said, about 20 feet.
And then I'll just hop down so I
And
can tell everybody what I saw.
You glide down gracefully. Again, moonwalk.
I'm going to do like the angel descending pose as I come down.
Oh, that's got to be a sight. Floating
Pineapple in each hand.
Okay, so I'm looking around and like, okay, can I end the spell now? But I'm not saying anything because I'm afraid that if I say anything not in sequence, that it's gonna break the spell. And so I'm just looking at you like, are we done?
Yeah, I'd say we're done. I would skip
the third and go to the fourth word.
Yeah, just say neg. See if that should cancel it. Sounds like the G's are canceling stuff.
Or mispronunciations, which is why I haven't said anything yet.
Yeah, I'd say we can hopefully climb up, the rope I secured. And if not, I can just Misty step up there and re-secure your rope, Alex. Or Kayla, sorry.
So yeah, I guess
Make the commitment, Alex.
hang on, I'm typing.
Okay.
if people are urging me to just use the fourth word and skip the third word, then I guess I'm just going to say neg.
And as you do so, the impressions stop glowing, and everything seems to return to normal without any adverse effect.
No additional pineapples from this guy.
Nope, not in this case.
Yay.
What about the one
Nice.
that Varric had caught and set on the floor?
Should still be sitting there.
No, that's right. You did have. Oh, no, that's right. Okay, so actually, everyone roll an insight check.
Oh, shit.
Nice roll.
Yeah, no kidding.
Man.
And Ms., did you disappear on us?
Cat fell asleep. With the dervish.
No.
Yeah, you get to make
the
the
reason
insight
what-
check here.
Are you sure my captain could see come around the corner, so I wouldn't see what he's doing?
Question. Well, true. Yeah, I guess it's a valid. Well, go ahead and roll anyway. So if you have a high enough roll, we'll just say that you heard it.
Insight
Found
roll
is
in
acting
the
up.
tower.
Besides, you have to roll at least once in this session. Come on, man.
No, sorry. My background was just not responding to me rolling for some reason.
Well, you did. Well.
Gremlin.
So, both the cat and the dragon, none of the humanoids. This occurs to you. Turn on low gravity, reverse gravity, negate.
Nice. Okay.
Make sense now?
Mhm.
Yeah. Good to know.
And with that, and only 2 minutes left, you guys can think about the door that's presented to you as well as the rap tap tapping coming from the stone. But we will call that the end of session 22.
Excellent.
That's awesome.
Definitely
22 is my favorite number.
definitely a different kind of session than we've had recently. So hopefully you guys appreciated the variety. Alex, I know you appreciated getting back to the inscriptions.
Yes,
Yeah, that was cool.
I did.
And
hopefully Dan will be able to join us next time. So
right.
Matt and Jim, I'm going to leave it up to you to twist the thumb screws.
Yeah, I
Well,
think he'll be
today,
good.
and in fairness, today is the day to get that stuff done. It's actually 63 here and sunny.
Yeah.
So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
Do what you
it's
can when you can.
yeah, exactly. So
No.
so and he's been needing to clean out that garage that he's working on for a while now. So yeah,
Yeah.
I totally get it.
Well, and on that note, I got to boogie out. My wife is waiting for me to help clean the rest of the house because we have guests coming tomorrow. So I will say
Oh, fun.
thank you very much for the
Very
round,
good.
and I will catch you guys
Yeah,
up
for
next,
sure.
next
Sounds
couple
good.
weeks.
See
Yeah,
y'all
take
later.
it easy, man.
Sounds
Take
good. Take
care
it
of
easy,
yourselves.
Albie. All right. And with that, I will end the recording.